Can you tell me the most destructive cataclysmic event that ever happened on the planet Earth that is not natural? Okay, so you'll probably come out with Hiroshima maybe, which was obviously terrible, but that is dwarfed by what actually happened in our past that you probably don't even know about. In fact, the Bible, although they write about it, they didn't actually quite get it right because they didn't really know what was going on. We do. So, over the next few videos, I'm going to have to explain who was involved, what happened, and why. So it all starts with the Sumerians, which we know really is the Anunnaki. That's where they first set up base to help humans. The Sumeria, that's why everyone calls them Sumerians, but they were Anunnaki. And these are the ancient aliens that came down from their own planet. Now, watch my other videos if you start thinking I'm going a bit crazy, but this is all true, and we've got absolute records of this cataclysmic event. So keep watching as I go through the story. Aphrodite was actually a bit of a... yeah, she would lure men that's on their wedding night to go with her, to spend the night with her, because she promised immortality, and in the morning they were dead. But that one person that did survive, she then thought that she could bring people back and become a goddess herself, because she now thinks that she's got that power. Now she then started to go a bit crazy and wanted all the lands to herself. Now at this time, Marduk had set up Ra as a pseudonym in Egypt and was telling those people to start taking the other lands because he wanted them. So this is the start of the cataclysmic events due to come, and I'll tell you about those in it soon. Now, Marduk believed that he should rule the whole of Earth on his own and not have many gods like they did before. And the reason why he believed that is because he believed it was coming up to the time of the ram, as in the celestial looking up at the stars, but Enlil still had the bull. Aphrodite was also called Ishtar and Iana. Now when Iana found out about Marduk trying to take over the planet, she got angry, and she found out that he was also rebuilding this sky tower. And when they all found out, when all the gods found out that he was rebuilding the sky tower, they allowed Iana to go and basically kill people, which was quite unheard of, really. So she went with her weapons, and it doesn't actually describe what weapons, but obviously it was bad, because in the ancient stone text they talk about blood absolutely filling the rivers. So she went to town, probably with the help of her brother Utu and another brother. Marduk done a runner and everything settled back down, but Enlil still wanted to prove that it was his time, the time of the bull. So he got his son Ninurta to go around and build these round stone structures that look like, yes, Stonehenge. This is why we have all these stone structures around the world, and they're not just in Stonehenge, is because Enlil wanted the humans to learn about the star systems, etc., so that they could see that when to grow harvest, etc., but not just that, that it was the time of the bull, which was Enlil's time. However, Marduk had other ideas, because it was coming up to the time of the ram, and that would be his time to take over the whole planet. It was at this time that Enlil had a dream about Galzu, who supposedly is a messenger of the creator of everything, and our Galzu said to Enlil, look, this is what's going to happen about the catastrophe that's coming in the future, and Marduk's going to be involved, and blah blah blah. So when Enlil woke, he never told anyone about his dream, which was actually due to come true. Marduk decided to have another pop at taking over the planet, and even after what Iana had done with those humans. So he Marduk managed to get more humans to start following him and started taking over more lands, etc., etc. And it got to a point where he was telling them to build walls and rivers and canals, etc., so that his armies would have the infrastructure behind them to keep pushing forward. Now, you've probably heard the ancient story of Jericho. Now, obviously, Marduk wasn't always there and didn't give him any technology, because he didn't really have that much technology. However, his brothers and so on, the other gods, etc., who had humans down there fighting, gave the humans this device to help bring the walls down. And yes, it was a sound device, the same sound device that could move the blocks to make the pyramids in the first place. And thus you have the walls of Jericho brought down, and it was Marduk's lot that was behind the wall.